Which is Morse code for the letter Q. This started way back in England when the Queen used to ride trains around. They blow this particular signal to get everyone out of the way. That's taller than the Statue of Liberty and the pedestal. Now with these coastal Pacific Ocean, it all has to do with the fog. That's the fog from the Pacific Ocean. Every night it rolls in over these trees. It gets absorbed into the fibrous bark of the redwood tree. It also gets absorbed into the needle-like. Look, a mini conductor. Adorable. And this will be your opportunity on the left to get a video. If you're on the right-hand side of this train, you're going to have the exact same opportunity a little later, once we're coming down the mountain facing the opposite direction. They figured out the Roman Empire figured out that a wheel is 4 feet 8.5 inches wide, was just barely wide enough to fit 2 full-grown horses in between the wheels of the chariots they had to pull. Now back when they were first designing railroads, they were still using horses for power, that's all. This number just kind of made sense. But later, once steam locomotives were invented by 1820, railroad gauge railway became incredibly popular. The railroad train trestles don't have to clear North Korea. Smaller equipment is a little more nimble. You can have higher turn and keep it running. But eventually, standard gauge railroading won the popularity contest out here in North America. That's because those trains are a little lighter, making it a little easier for them to haul more freight. This also makes it is. Please remain seated. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while you're checking out that old steam engine gets us up this mountain, please take a moment to get those tickets out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's ticket time. I'm going to come around and start confirming you're on the right train or take you off. Please have your tickets ready. I'll be right with you. Doused both our trestles in gasoline and lit them from the bottom, resulting in a 300-foot fireball that rose above the Redwood forest canopy that burned for 3 days straight. Once those fires were extinguished, both of our trestles out here were deemed as complete losses. As you're about to see, they're just standing pieces of charcoal in the woods. Now this presented Roaring Camp with a pretty interesting problem. That problem being that we can no longer get trains up or down this mountain because someone had literally burnt our bridges. We don't do that. To make matters worse, there was a train stuck at the top of this hill when those fires were started. Everyone got stuck up there. We had to get everyone off the hill with a pickup truck. It was crazy. Now once that was over, our track crew from 1970... decided to bypass these trestles by building what's known as a switchback. Unfortunately, our track crew back in 1976 was pretty overconfident that our geared logging locomotives can make it up any hill they threw at it, so they didn't take it. About 4 feet from that fire. This brings the ambient temperature inside the cab of that steam locomotive to a nice cool. Keep that in mind as we're going up this hill. Your engineer, Phil. A little hard down here. The reason why there's so much sand up here is because we found out in 1976 when they built this switchback that this right here is attractive beachfront property. Spot giant yellow banana slugs. Now if you're on the left-hand side of this train, you guys should be looking down that hillside. So right-hand side, look at the hill. Left-hand side, look down the hill, because if you look down this hill left-hand side, you'll have a wonderful overview of the whole switchback system and the burned down trestles from above as you keep looking. Don't worry, right-hand side, you'll see all this stuff on the way down the hill. Redwood trees are incredibly old. The tree comes with every species, the teeth sticking out of the dirt, that can live for 2,200 years. Pretty long time, right? Well, that's nothing compared to the roots. The roots on these trees can get to its mature age of 2,200 years and fall over. Once that occurs, the tree will die. The roots will then focus all their energy on their own. After 2,200 Once those trees are gone, it makes the forest a whole lot healthier. But it also clears paths for sunlight. Moist, insulating the inside of the tree from the extreme growth. Only 5% existed in 1920, and even less of that today, which is the main reason why this piece of property is so special. It's not because we built this cool 19th century train through here, but it helps. Just because this is a recreation of the logging railroad, doesn't mean you should get your hopes down there. These trees are protected, and we actually had to build this railroad around, just like the conductor. It may not be the most polished piece of equipment you've ever seen or heard in your entire life, but it's going to get us to the top of this mountain just like it was done over 120 years ago. Now take a moment to try to memorize what rail car you're sitting in. There are 6 cars in this train standing on the 6th car. What car are you on? Now which side of the car are you on? And where are you headed like yesterday? Now just before we get to Bear Mountain, you're actually going to see that 9,000-year-old Cathedral Grove and Redwood tree to stand at that point. Well done, everybody. Welcome to Bear Mountain. Gee, they check their brakes before you start going down that mountain. That's so they'll end up in learning camp quicker than we intend to. Yeah. The break in the trees. Ooh! Right now. See all that steam? That's called a blowdown. I'll tell you about that when you're a little older. For now, look for that view coming up on the left-hand side. I will, don't worry. There it is. All those trees grew in the last 100 years. And there's the big bald spot. Not a moment. Property with the intention of clear cutting. He's going to chop down all these trees out here and make a huge profit doing so, just like everyone else was doing in this entire valley about the same time. He didn't see nothing wrong with it. But just before he brought his saws up here, he decided that he wanted to show his wife how beautiful these ancient coastal redwood trees really were. So he sent his wife a letter. His wife's name was Anna Welch. She received that letter in San Francisco, upon which she immediately hopped on a buggy and embarked on a 3-day journey to get to here from San Francisco, because in 1867 they were lucky to have a dirt road. Now upon that 3-day journey, Anna Welch passed through a whole bunch of pieces of property that had already been completely clear cut. So basically she passed through a whole bunch of desolate wastelands, full of nothing but stumps, as far as the eye can see. So as you can probably imagine, when she arrived on this marvelous piece of property and saw these gigantic ancient coastal redwood trees standing tall and proud like they had been doing right here for over 2 million years already, well, Anna Welch thought it was the most beautiful thing she'd ever seen in her entire life, especially after coming from San Francisco. Now, when her husband Joseph told her about his intentions to chop all these trees, coastal redwoods lived for 2,200 years above the ground and 10,000 years below the ground. 150 years is literally the blink of an eye to them. In fact, if you look at some of these larger redwood trees, you can still see burn scarring. Anywhere where the tree looks black is burn scarring. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, our train's gonna have to come to a quick stop. Please remain seated. We'll be on our way in just a moment. Nah, I'm just pulling your leg. We're just changing directions. We're now heading down that 11% grade backwards. Hold on tight. This is the roller coaster portion of our ride. Too coincidental. On top of that, which makes the news worse, is that those 9 other trestles left to right, and if you follow that bridge across the valley, you'll see it turns to the right and passes underneath the end of the high bridge on the other side of this valley on the right-hand side of us. The train tracks into that little shelf you can see over there for this building. And a lot of it's collapsing. I noticed last trip we lost a big section of the high bridge last week. Get a good look at that stuff, because it probably won't be here next year. Alright. So don't don't forget about that museum.
Well, the same thing occurs to a steam locomotive, especially after you boil away 700 gallons of water, like we just did going up and down this mountain. It leaves a whole bunch of random minerals at the bottom of that locomotive's boiler that really mess it up. Really bad. In a mess of loudness. There's steam, just like you saw on top of Bear Mountain, remember? Did I tell you about it? In a few moments, you're going to have the opportunity to view this. Ladies and gentlemen, the cleanest turtles in all the western United States. That's right, we've seen cleaner. Every day right there, make that gentleman famous. Once again, that's your final.